In this video, I'm going to introduce you to about 8 unique and out-of-the-box strategies that cost little or no money and have little or no competition and will help you capture, convert, and close luxury home clients or higher-end clients. I'm also going to introduce you to my Selling Luxury Homes Masterclass, which I'm very confident will blow you away with the value and the strategies, the marketing, everything that you're going to get, technology, social media, so on and so forth. So if you haven't seen one of my videos before, my name is Hugh Thomas Lorch. I've sold over $100 million worth of residential real estate. And the last few years or several years, I've specialized in luxury homes. So everything I talk to you about today is going to come from experience. So let's get right into it. Strategy number 1 is LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is an absolute gold mine for higher-end professionals, business owners, et cetera, et cetera. So these are people that can afford or have friends that can afford higher-end homes or luxury homes. And so the strategy is to reach out to them and connect with them locally, whether you're in Phoenix, Tampa, it doesn't matter where you are, and pick out an industry. So pick out a Mercedes salesperson or automotive industry or financial services, and not only connect with them, but then send them a message. And this message needs to be absolutely 100% not salesy. It needs to be talking about getting into a mutually beneficial referral relationship with them and referring business back and forth to each other. And if you look at this, the bottom line is if you get 25 or so referral relationships going in a year and you sell 2 or 3 luxury homes from that, that's $50,000 to $100,000 added to your existing income. Let me show you something very quickly, and that is the actual LinkedIn itself, and we're going to use something called LinkedIn Helper here. That's all I was going to show you. That makes everything go 10 times faster. Strategy number 2, or the next strategy, is an open house strategy. So how do you get 10 times the amount of buyers to your open house, and how do you impress the neighbors like crazy? Here's how you do it. You co-market the open house with a luxury car dealership. In our case, we did it with Tesla, and they put 2 Tesla cars in the driveway to test drive along with the open house at the same time. And they will co-market and blanket the neighborhood, which is full of luxury home sellers, and they will just make it a big event. And so that will get you 10 times the amount of people. So instead of 2 or 3, it'll get you 20 or 30. But the big deal about it is that the neighbors that all have luxury homes see that you are unique, creative, bigger and better than everybody else when it comes to an open house. And so who are they going to converse with when they go to list their home? You probably. Very quickly, again, I'll just show you the open house. Postcard is right there. That's what we send out. We blanket 200 of the neighbors at least, et cetera, et cetera. Strategy number 3, or next strategy, private listing strategy. So this is very simple. When a buyer comes into your, let's just say, a luxury open house, and let's say it's a dentist or something of that nature, and he says, or they say they want to move to a specific subdivision, neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera. You go and send a letter out, very, very short and sweet, that just says, I do have this person, a dentist, he's looking in your neighborhood, looking in the area, and are you considering the sale of your home? This is very, very effective for 2 reasons. One is that you'll actually get people that will call you back and say, hey, do you really have this buyer? You will turn around to them and yes, you will have that buyer. So you will go preview their house. You get to meet the people and or the potential seller. And the worst thing that happens is they're not ready to sell. It doesn't fit your buyer, et cetera, and it becomes a private listing. Now, what's so great about that is that when you are trying to capture a luxury home buyer, the 2 things that matter to them is, one is your knowledge of the market. So you, as much as you know about the homes that are available, the subdivisions, everything else that you know is the most important thing. But second on the list, absolutely, is being able to tell them you have private listings. These are houses nobody else can get into. They're not on the market, et cetera, et cetera. It's very capturing. It's very trendy, so on and so forth. It is the second best way to capture a luxury home buyer. So that's why private listings are so valuable, as I say. Zillow Make Me Move strategy, very simple. You can go to Zillow Make Me Move. You can choose an amount in a neighborhood, say Mesa, Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, Tampa, Florida, whatever it is. You could say $1 million and above. And there is a place for you, and I will go there very quickly again. There is a place for you to, so this is what happens. It comes up like this, everything that's available. This is in Mesa, Arizona. You'll be able to click on this $7 million listing and go down to where it says contact owner, and you'll be able to contact them. Now, the number one 99% important thing is that you don't sell them again, as I call it on the first date, that you have a buyer and that you want to preview the home. So you have to have a buyer for that neighborhood, area, city, whatever it is, that vaguely meets the requirements, and don't pressure them for a listing in the message. So I have that message. I have the system. I have the system for everything I've talked to you about so far, upside down and backwards. Next strategy, homes with equity strategy. This is, again, very simple. It's everyone that bought between 2008 and 2012 were purchasing usually under a short sale or foreclosure, or the prices were very low. So we reach out to those people. We pick a year, 2012. We pick $1 million above again in a certain city, and we send them a message. And the message is very, very short in the letter again, and it just says, "Hey, I see you bought cheaply." Not those words, obviously, but are you considering cashing out or reinvesting? And most of these people have, in some cases, when it's a luxury home, $300,000, $900,000 equity, so they can cash out or want to cash out and reinvest. And again, it's a very short letter. And so far, if you've heard everything I've said, every one of these things so far, including this one, have little or no competition because nobody else is doing it, or very few people are doing it, very few realtors, and it costs no money, in this case, a stamp. Monthly market report strategy. This is the idea of giving somebody a home evaluation, so an instant home evaluation, and then on many websites like Real Geeks, Conversion, et cetera, it has the ability then it does send them a monthly market report. This is all that people care about, is the value of their home. They don't care about the kitchen renovation or the bathroom renovation, et cetera, et cetera. This is what they care about. So there is a very short message, which I probably can go grab real quick here. Yeah, very short message, and I'm not going to really get into it, but you can ask anybody, hey, I have a friend. Well, I'm doing this for all my friends. I'm doing this for all the neighbors. I'm doing this for everybody in the subdivision, whatever it is, and you offer to keep them updated on their value of their home. So now the strategy or the idea behind this, again, is to get 100 people in there. Then get 200, 300, 400, 500. I've seen a company built on this. So what you want to do is, when you get that 100, don't you think that one person will say, hey, look, you've been sending me these market value reports, the valuation of my home for months and months. I'm thinking about selling. So that is the bottom line. Just get tons of people. It can be your friend. It can be a contact. It can be a potential contact. It can be somebody walking down the street. Literally. Next strategy. YouTube. Well, I'm just going to say something very quick about YouTube. And that is that in the Selling Luxury Home Masterclass, I'll teach you every single thing you need to know about YouTube and every tool that will help you drive traffic to your videos, make your videos stand out, et cetera, et cetera. And I just wanted to show you that it's possible to rank on the first page. This is pretty low for me. There's 3 out of the first 10 for luxury home sales training. I'm on the first page of Google, so I do know what I'm doing. And I can provide you with those tools to help you do something very similar. And then we have Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So let's talk about social media. So I will teach you social media from head to toe. Everything you should do right, and everything you shouldn't spend money on, everything that you shouldn't do that's wrong. So you'll save a fortune just on this. Again, I need to repeat that putting bathroom renovations and kitchen renovations makes no sense at all. Nobody really cares. The value of their home cares. They care about, and beautiful properties. So let me go again and just very quickly show you something. Let me go to the Facebook, or my Facebook. And here's what they should look like if you want to be looking higher end or luxury. So every Facebook, LinkedIn, website, everything should have the same photo in the background. So that looks luxury. And then if you look down, all of my posts, if they show up here in a second, all of my posts are luxury homes, luxury neighborhoods, whatever, and it's just sending them to my website. This is all they care about. They're just going to run to you. They're going to check you out on Google, and they're going to see your Facebook page, and they're going to go look at it, and they go, oh, okay, he's a luxury guy, or she's the luxury gal. And then LinkedIn, very similar. See, you say I have the exact same house in the background, so everything looks the same. And your summary needs to talk about what you do. So if you're specializing in luxury homes, like I say, and mountainside golf course and waterfront, and you also need to get into keywords and where you're working. So I'm doing Scottsdale luxury homes or Phoenix, wherever you're working. And last but not least, YouTube again. But I want to show you something very quick on YouTube. So typically, any person or realtor, it doesn't have to be a realtor, does a YouTube video and they don't have a call to action or a strong call to action or an easy way for people to get a hold of you. People are not going to stop the video in most cases. At the end, take down your number, write it down, and then call you or email you, et cetera, et cetera. It's too difficult, actually. People don't have that kind of attention span anymore. So here's what you do. Some samples of what you do. And again, I've told you on another slide that I understand YouTube upside down and backwards in all the tools, and I'll help you with those. So here's a card. So that YouTube has cards that you can have them link out to another place, and it shows up during the video. Once or twice during the video, it shoots out. Also, you can have the subscribe button on all your videos, fairly easy to put together. And last but not least, and the most important, is the end screen. So you can have places, again, for them to subscribe, to link out to see other videos, et cetera, et cetera. These are easy calls to action. And then you can do what I'm going to do at the end of this video, and you can tell people to do something. So go down below the video, click on how to sell luxury homes if you want to see all my videos. Whatever that is you're going to say, you sometimes need to actually point and have a call to action. And that's what's missing on 99% or 90% of videos in general, especially realtors. And technology. There's, without boasting, I'm going to say I understand technology, the internet, Google, social media, everything that relates to technology as well, or better than anybody on the planet. And I'm not saying just realtors. So that is, I know it incredibly well, and I will. You can learn anything or ask me anything you want, and I will give you the information that'll help you sell houses. Let's give you a real quick example here. Have you ever heard of, down the bottom, Proxio, LuxVT, or Recess? I would say 90% of realtors, including luxury home sales realtors or luxury home realtors, haven't heard of these. These are three very, very international platforms, actually, or two out of the three are. But these are three platforms that will make you stand out 100% completely from other agents, because when you go on a seller presentation to a high-end client, it doesn't... Nobody has probably brought this up, which is very important that you're unique. And these are two of them are international platforms that, when you present, will blow people away a little bit. So let's just go over some simple, a simple goal you could have and simple math. So if you just make 4 sales in 1 year, 4 higher end sales. So one's 500, one's 700, one's $1 million, one's $1.5 million. That's $111,000 added to your existing business. If you do bigger, better, then it's more money. That should be your goal. It pretty much was my goal most of the time, or a little bit more than that. So what can you expect from this Selling Luxury Homes Masterclass? Well, just like I said before, like you saw, luxury home sales training from A to Z, including all those strategies. As I say down the bottom here, implementing all these strategies. There'll be a once-a-week live training. It will be recorded in case you can't make it, and I will email it to you. Then there's also, you're going to have a ton of questions about implementing these strategies and branding and et cetera, et cetera. And so you have unlimited access to me by email, text, and messenger the rest of the week that you're not on the live call. Very quickly, I'm going to fly through this Selling Luxury Homes Masterclass agenda. So each week is going to be a live recorded message, the unlimited email, text, and messenger again. It will be exactly 12 weeks or 3 months. And I'll go over the first few weeks because those are pretty important. Week number 1, I'm going to teach you how to be an expert in your luxury home market very quickly, just through the MLS, not by driving to every house. And so you'll be very confident within 30, 60, 90 days. You'll be extremely confident to speak up about the luxury market. I'm also going to introduce you to a seller presentation that is very intriguing. It's very different. It's unique, so on and so forth, than anything they've heard before, and it will keep the higher-end client, like I say, intrigued. Week number 2, branding and social media. So week number 2, you'll learn how to brand yourself. So when somebody Googles you, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, everything looks really good. It looks the same. It looks higher end. And so you can do that for free with something called Canva and other tools. And social media. Again, I'll go back to what I said before. We'll talk about everything that actually works and what doesn't work, so you don't spend another penny on something that doesn't work. And then week number 3, we're going to go through the strategies. All of these strategies below here. All these strategies below here, LinkedIn, and et cetera, et cetera. We're going to go through all of them, so you get a feel for every one of them and what you'll be most interested in, what's maybe first on your list, second on your list, et cetera, et cetera. And then we'll go through these strategies in deep detail, probably in most cases be screen sharing, walking you through me doing something or doing the actual strategy. So week 4, LinkedIn, then Zillow Make Me Move, open house with the car dealership, homes with equity, monthly market reports, older expireds, sphere of influence, new home builders, and last but not least, I'm going to teach you how to close powerfully. So when anybody brings up any sort of objection, I need to talk to my wife, I need to talk to another agent, that you can handle that objection, at least take the conversation further. What does this cost? It's only $197 a month, and it's the 3-month Masterclass. You'll get my entire best of. So I have my every marketing document, strategy, et cetera, sitting in a library in Dropbox and Evernote, and I'll be delivering those to you on day 1. So you can use that particular marketing piece or something very similar to it, make something similar for yourself. All live events will be recorded, like I said, and the bottom line is we're just trying we're going to get you to capture, convert, and close clients, high-end clients, and that can be right away. And very quickly here, I'm just going to go through a few testimonials from clients that I have taught around the country, even one out of the country, and what they say about my having taught them about selling luxury homes. Mike S. in Brazil. Mike S. is a luxury home salesperson in Brazil, actually, and also sells luxury hotels. And the bottom line here is he just says, he's a no BS professional when it comes to sales. He's the go-to guy is really what he's saying there. Rosa J. had been burnt out by all the gurus, and I do consider myself the anti-guru. I probably brought that up to her, and because I don't have any hype, fluff, or BS. So she said on the first call she realized she made the right choice, and then she went out and got a result, and that result was a $7.5 million sale. And she represented both sides. Terrific, wonderful sale. Tammy M. or Tammy Marco in Vancouver, British Columbia. We went through the LinkedIn strategy. I walked her through it, and she went out and secured a $2 million listing. The LinkedIn strategy actually cost $15 a month for the LinkedIn helper, so she spent $15 to get a $60,000 commission. And Scott A., last but not least, Scott did close on a $3.3 million sale. I don't take credit for anything, but again, I just had him focus any spare time or any minute that he had on going after higher end things, whether it's marketing, whatever he was doing, I had him focus on the higher end market. He did go ahead and close that $3.3 million sale, and more than anything, it changed his mindset. So he realized he had the confidence now, and that he could go out and do this consistently. Last but not least, the Selling Home Luxury Homes Masterclass will start in mid-June probably, and there's a very limited enrollment. So I'm going to do what I told you on the YouTube portion of this of these slides, and that is to go down below go below this video and either pre-register and get on the interest list, or enroll right away. And I will either talk to you soon or I'll see you in another video.